But we start at Easter Road, where Hearts and Dundee were both looking to reach their second cup final within 12 months. Jim Duffy's side, remember, lost out to Aberdeen in last year's final, while Hearts would certainly welcome the chance to take revenge on Rangers for their Scottish Cup final defeat last May. Hearts made just one change from the side who drew with Celtic on Sunday, Pasquale Bruno coming in for his injured countryman Stefan Salvatore. Chick Charnley was back after suspension for Dundee, and 20-year-old Craig Tully played in central defence alongside Kevin Bain and Robbie Rayside. The commentator at a sold-out Easter Road is Rob McLean.
A big roar around Easter Road as Hearts get their second Coca-Cola Cup semi-final underway. Desperate to atone for that 5-1 defeat on the final day of last season in the Tennant Scottish Cup final against Rangers. First touch for David Weir. That seemed to John Robertson, but Craig Tully will let that one run through for Billy Thompson. That's well won by George Shaw. Paul Tosh is getting there in the middle. Cut out by McPherson. Here's Jim Hamilton. Hacked away and finally played by Pasquale Bruno off Chick Charnley and behind for a goal kick. Those Dundee fans thought they had a corner early on, but certainly that interception by Shaw caused problems in the Hearts defence. It was a desperate tackle there from Dave McPherson, and it almost broke for Chick Charnley, and the goal kick off him. Well, Jim Hamilton's taken a knock in what was a frantic opening to this game. 4 Coca-Cola Cup goals already for him, and just for a moment there he thought he might add to his tally. There was the lunging tackle by Dave McPherson, got the ball first, caught Jim Hamilton as well though. Stefan Pye against Robbie Rayside, and the free kick given against the Dundee defender. Lots of movement up ahead. Colin Cameron, a great attacking threat in from Poynton. John Robertson, tightly marked at the edge of the box. Dundee know the threat he poses. A high boot there from Jim Hamilton, which caught Alan McManus. And Alan McManus will need some attention. There was the challenge, and clearly the high boot from Hamilton. Up and under from Gary Mackay. Callaghan didn't know where it was. George Shaw trying desperately to pull that down. Hamilton aiming for Charnley, finds him. Tommy McQueen will have to move. It's a good-looking cross. And finally it's away from McManus. Nodded down by Barry Smith, but here comes John Robertson. Pye is up in support. Colin Cameron's getting there. And Bruno too. In from Robertson. There's Pye. Barry Smith, still dangerous for Dundee. Almost a game of head tennis inside their own box. John Robertson still has it. Takes a deflection, Billy Thompson, that looks like a corner kick. All sorts of problems in the Dundee defence, lots of nerves, lots of early tension. John Robertson's cross took a deflection. Billy Thompson for a moment didn't seem to know where he was, but he touched it behind for the corner. Dave McPherson was under that, so too was Pye. Here's Gary Mackay. Caught it well on the volley, but straight at Billy Thompson. Hearts certainly with plenty of pressure at the moment, and this might well have forced Billy Thompson into more serious action than he had to take. Now Hearts are ready to make an early change. It's Darren Beckford who's coming on, and it's John Robertson who's coming off, so clearly injury trouble for the Hearts top scorer, and he's clearly very upset at having to leave the stage. A few mutterings and on comes Beckford in his place. It's aimed at Jim Hamilton and gets the flick. And from Tosh. Free kick given against the challenge by Poynton on Tosh. Chip Charnley, always alive, standing over the ball, looking for the chance to take this quickly. Well, he took it quickly, but not to much effect. Nodded back by Poynton to Rousset. Bruno. That goes all the way through to Stuart Callaghan. What a quick tackle that was by Adamchuk. And here's Beckford. He's done it. The substitute Beckford has put Hearts in front. That desperate tackle back by Adamchuk only set up Beckford. And with 20 minutes gone, Hearts have the semi-final lead. Billy Thompson stopped it but couldn't hold it. And at the second attempt, Beckford had the presence of mind to pop it in the far corner. It was the two number 11s. It looked like Adamchuk who got the touch there. Billy Thompson stopped it. But Beckford took his time. He's got a record of scoring goals. And he's done it again. Pointed against Tosh. It's play on. Paul Tosh still has it. Here's Kevin Bain. Mackay to Beckford. Chase on here. Colin Cameron against Barry Smith. Now Pasquale Bruno's got some room, and he's also got David Weir on his right-hand side. That's looking for Pai. Nodded down for Beckford. What a chance that was for number 2. He really is getting himself into some good positions. He read the header from Pai. It was crossed by David Weir, and Beckford had made the run. And what a chance that was. Callaghan through on the left-hand side, threatening the goal. Thompson made the save. But Darren Beckford was always alive to what was happening. 2 defenders on the line, but he squeezed it home. Poynton to Weir. Kevin Bain gives it away to Neil Poynton. Useful ball for George Shaw to chase, but David Weir had him for pace. That's played for Pasquale Bruno. And then back to the Italian from David Weir. That's a loose one though. Play on, which seems fair. Chick Charnley against Bruno. Another good tackle from McManus and from Kevin Bain. There's Shaw. Great strike by George Shaw. He didn't have 2 thoughts about that one. The ball popped up and then he went with the right foot volley, and Rousset wouldn't have had much of a chance with that one if it had been a couple of feet lower. It was one for him by Hamilton. What an effort that was. First time passing, and it opens up Hearts here. Shaw looking for Paul Tosh. It was a good chance there for Paul Tosh, he knows it. They haven't had too much to shout about in this first half. Rousset furious at the way his defence was carved open there. A few first-time passes from Dundee, and it all looked fairly easy. Shaw poked it forward for Paul Tosh, who would hope to have done better. Paul Tosh knows his way to goal. He scored against Aberdeen in the quarter-final, but not there. Play goes on with Shaw on the ground. In from Bruno. Here's Beckford. And Stuart Callaghan. Blocked down by Darius Adamchuk, and it's a penalty kick. Willie Young had no doubt immediately pointed to the spot. The Polish international can't quite believe it. This was the incident. Adamchuk missed the ball completely, caught Callaghan, and that's a penalty. Colin Cameron has scored 4 goals for Hearts already this season, and this chance to make it 5 and to give Hearts a healthy cup semi-final lead. Willie Young just making sure that everybody is outside the area. Now here comes Colin Cameron. He's done it, and Hearts are 2 up. 29 minutes of the first half gone, and that could be an important blow indeed for the Premier side. Billy Thompson went the wrong way. It was really the perfect penalty from Cameron. You can't really put a penalty much further away from the goalkeeper than Colin Cameron did there. And Hearts 2 up and looking very much in control. Pye controlling it on his chest, but backing into Robbie Rayside is the verdict of Willie Young. Tommy McQueen is an experienced head in this Dundee team. He'll want to get his team back playing again. But he'll be disappointed in himself there. Lapse in concentration. Beckford beaten by Craig Tully. He's only 20, Craig Tully. What a start it's been for him. Head flick from Beckford. Barry Smith dwelling too long. And Colin Cameron is too nippy, too quick for any defender to dally. Charnley. There's Hamilton to no one in particular. Pye, Poynton looking for the return pass. He'll get it now. Here's Neil Poynton. What a chance for number 3. Saved by Billy Thompson. What a first half Billy Thompson's had. All the action has been around him. Nice touch there from Cameron, which released Poynton. And Neil Poynton might have directed this away from Thompson. Charnley picks out McQueen. Didn't have the control though. Kevin Bain spots his skipper McQueen. Jim Hamilton comes short, leaves it to Joshua, looking for the return. Here's Hamilton, cuts it back. Good interception by Gary Mackay, he's got time. Good positioning from Mackay, but the cut back really not hurting the Hearts defence. It was lovely build-up from Dundee, they got themselves into a good position. But this was the moment where they really wanted to ask questions of Hearts, and it just didn't happen. Now Stefan Pye. Neat passing from Hearts. Working the opening. David Weir heading for the byline. Tommy McQueen against him, in from Weir. It's a good-looking cross. And it's Adamchuk who just nods that one behind. It was a terrific cross there from David Weir, and it had to be dealt with. It went beyond Billy Thompson. And there's the corner kick conceded. Cameron's corner. Still danger bells. Billy Thompson, though, clutches the header from Dave McPherson. McPherson won against Rayside. And Billy Thompson had to keep his eye on this with Beckford homing in. And that's half-time. Hearts against Dundee, it's Premier Division against First Division. And really in this first half, it's looked that way. Darren Beckford on as a sub for John Robertson. Scored the first from close range. Hearts second, came from the penalty spot, and it was Colin Cameron who scored his 5th goal of the season, and it gives Hearts a comfortable 2-0 half-time lead. Dundee get the second half started. They've already beaten Dundee United and Aberdeen in this Coca-Cola Cup campaign, but they'll have to go some if they're to pull off a hat-trick of defeats against Premier opposition. Immediately under pressure at the back from Stefan Pais. Chick Charnley reckoned he was caught by Pasquale Bruno after the ball had gone. Free kick not given. Charnley desperate to win it back, but can't do so. Here's Cameron. A wasted cross. Well, Jim Jeffries doesn't look 100% happy, but he must be pretty content at this stage. Here's Stuart Callaghan. Robbie Rayside out to meet him. He's an elusive player. Good play by Callaghan. And eventually it was the Barry Smith tackle which sent the ball behind for the corner kick, but terrific play by 20-year-old Stuart Callaghan. Impressive against Celtic on Sunday, and he's having another fine game tonight. What a prospect he is. Kevin Bain is in field, as is Barry Smith. Does well to get past Mackay, and Cameron aiming it for Charnley. Well, at least Dundee have won a corner kick. Dundee might have made more of that, but they do have a corner kick. That's Barry Smith foraging forward, and despite the fact the pass didn't find Charnley, it's a corner kick. Back from Shaw to Charnley. It's a useful ball in, punched away by Rousset. Here's Kevin Bain. McQueen, Shaw, infield, not offside. The Hearts defence were looking for it. In from Hamilton. Good hands from Rousset. It was a powerfully driven cross, but the height of Rousset made all the difference there. It was George Shaw hammered the ball across goal initially, and then Hamilton's cross caught by Rousset. Bain looking for the return pass. Jim Hamilton has it. That's aimed at Paul Tosh. Adamczyk battling against Stuart Callaghan. A clash there between the two number 11s. Little temper flaring there in the Polish international. But he has got the free kick. So it's Charnley over the ball. Stefan Pais organising the ball. It's French to French. He's speaking to Rousset. Taken quickly by Charnley. And the shot was from Paul Tosh. Gilles Rousset didn't look unduly troubled. He was looking to curl that one inside the post, and it wasn't too far away. Chick Charnley hasn't been the influence on the game that Dundee would have hoped. Here's Barry Smith. Useful ball for Adamczyk. In behind Stuart Callaghan. Bit of short tugging. That's a Dundee free kick. And Stuart Callaghan may be in trouble here. It's a yellow card for Stuart Callaghan for this bit of short tugging against Adamczyk, who'd got in behind him. Chick Charnley prepares to take the free kick. Dundee will look to make this count. Hammered in, off the head of Poynton for a corner kick. It was an important header there from Poynton because he didn't know what was happening in behind him. Really fired in by Charnley. It's been a fair old jog for Chick Charnley. The free kick was on the other side, now it's the corner kick on the left. Rayside is in the area, adding his physical presence. Tosh is up. Ball still not out. Back with Charnley. In with the right foot, away from McManus. Hearts pushing out. Smith breaks for Charnley. McQueen to Shaw. Dundee heading in the wrong direction. It's good closing down by Hearts. Good pressing. Dundee have the throw with Tommy McQueen looking to keep the ball down this end, put some pressure on Hearts. One goal for them would make a big difference. Cleared by David Weir. Not much culture about the play at the moment, but the main thing for Dundee is that they get the ball towards the Hearts area. Good pass from Gary Mackay. Simple stuff, but effective. Poynton aiming for Beckford. He's got some room here. What can he do? Nods it down. Pye! Stefan Pye scores! And that may well be the goal which makes the tie safe for Hearts. Dead simple. Beckford had peeled off his marker. The driven forward ball from Neil Poynton, which picked out Darren Beckford. He nodded it down, and Stefan Pye was decisive with the finish. Darren Beckford knew exactly what was happening here, and good goal scoring. Simple stuff, but Dundee in real trouble now. It was a really precision ball, this, from Poynton, and all the time you could sense Beckford was waiting for support. He got it to some effect. Charnley to Tommy McQueen. He finds Jim Hamilton. Hamilton cutting in onto the right foot. Story of the night for Dundee. Such a deadly player, Hamilton, both for Dundee and for the Scottish under-21s. But this is a night, really, on which it just hasn't happened for him or his team. It's not pretty to watch, but the Hearts fans are more than happy at the scoreline. Now here's Charnley. What can he create from this position? Finds Shaw, away from Dave McPherson and from Bruno. Here's McGee. Trying to get in behind and whipping the left foot cross. What a save by Rousset from Jim Hamilton. It was a quick hit at the near post. Neil, Jim Hamilton shaking his head in disbelief. He thought this was heading into the Hearts net. Great reaction save by Rousset. It's not been Jim Hamilton's night. Hammered away by Bruno. Smith to Adamchuk. Robbie Rayside is up. Here's another chance for Hamilton. Must score this time, and does. It's a goal back for Dundee, with about 18 minutes of the match left. So one down, two more goals to find if Dundee are to survive in the Coca-Cola Cup. But good skill here from Hamilton, finding a way past the Hearts defence, and also finding a way past Gilles Rousset. Didn't look the most dangerous of crosses, really, from Adamchuk, but when it broke for Hamilton, there was always trouble for Hearts. Jim Hamilton has got such a good goal-scoring record. This is his fifth goal in this Coca-Cola Cup campaign. That came off Craig Tully's head. And downfield from Barry Smith. Bobbing around. Chip Charnley claiming he was fouled there by Gary Mackay. The Hearts bench in uproar. And here was the challenge that Chip Charnley didn't care for too much. Now George Shaw, race side, back from Bruno. Away at the second attempt from Poynton. Just getting a wee bit twitchy at the back for Hearts. Another goal back for Dundee, and it would be very interesting. It's a loose one from Hamilton. Here's Callaghan. Poynton. Pye. No foul giving against Farningham. Shaw's on his right, Hamilton's on his left. George Shaw. Chip Charnley's getting there at the far post as well. In from Shaw and away from Bruno. Well, Pasquale Bruno's experience is important at this stage for Hearts, really seeking to hold out at the moment, with the penalty box under siege. George Shaw leading the line. There's the corner kick. Rayside is up there, still not cleared. Here's Kevin McGee. That's Ritchie. Gets it away, but surrenders possession. There's Adamchuk. Now Charnley. Robbie Rayside has stayed up. And Shaw. And Smith. McGee. Did well to just nip that one away. But this time it's possession lost. Gary Mackay offside. Looked like a useful counter-attacking opportunity, but Mackay was offside. Still with the energy to run at the Adamchuk, even at this stage of the game. Poynton, Callaghan. Hits the ground, but it's play on. Tosh to Shaw. Jim Hamilton surrendering possession and also giving away a free kick. Neil Poynton in no particular hurry to take the free kick, as the Hearts fans begin their celebrations. Beckford has it, and he'll just take this for a walk to the corner flag, and wins the throw from Craig Tully. He's been around Darren Beckford, plenty of experience, knows what to do in these sort of situations. Goss dispossessed by Charnley, but it's another Hearts throw. The seconds disappearing. And there goes the final whistle, and it's Hearts who are through to the final of the Coca-Cola Cup, where they'll play Rangers next month. So, quiet handshakes on the bench and some celebrations too there between Jim Jeffries and Dave McPherson. A quite conclusive victory by Hearts against Dundee. Darren Beckford scored the opening goal on as a sub for John Robertson. He got number one in the first half. Colin Cameron sharing the celebrations there, knocked in a penalty for number two. It was 2-0 at half-time. Stéphane Bailly, the Frenchman, made it 3. There was a late flurry from Dundee, in which Jim Hamilton pulled one back. But really, tonight, there was only ever going to be one winner. Hearts back into another cup final, having been so disappointed with themselves in the Tennant Scottish Cup final last May. But they have a chance to atone now in the Coca-Cola Cup final. It's again against Rangers next month. Final score here at Easter Road: Hearts 3, Dundee 1.
You're into the first final of this season, looking to make up for the last final of last season. It's again against Rangers. Can you do better this time?
Definitely. I feel we've got a stronger squad now, and And no disrespect to the lads who were out last year, did magnificent for the club, but we have got quality in the squad now, and I feel that we're equipped to go in there and give them a much better game. I don't think we have to play much better to give them a harder game, because obviously they're on the top of us. I think we're better equipped this time, but you know, it was a bad feeling for us that day, and I felt that if the only way we get back there as quickly as possible, and you know, the players have done that. They've got there in the first competition to get back to a final, and it's Rangers we play, so we'll hopefully give them a better game. And if we play well, then, as I say, we're capable of winning the competition. But you know, it'll be hard because Rangers are a quality side.
Yes, Hearts will certainly relish the prospect of meeting Rangers again and ending that long 34-year wait to get their hands on a major trophy. And I think, Billy, you'd have to say that tonight Hearts well worth the win.
Almost certainly. I felt they set everything up well. They looked as though they wanted to get to that final. And obviously Jim Jeffries had them well prepared for it. I felt they were very compact at the back, excellent at the back. Indeed, the goalkeeper lost one goal, but he only had one real save to make in the game. Yeah. His overall handling of the game was good. But defensively they were very sound. Midfield-wise, they didn't give Dundee very much room, and up front they always looked as though they could score. Yeah,
Dundee looked promising early on, in fact, but never, as you say, really looked like actually getting the ball in the back of the net, did they?
No, I don't think you could make any real criticism of Dundee. I think they gave all they had, but I felt that Hearts had singled out Chick Charnley, has been very important to them. Never gave him any room in midfield, and consequently they didn't produce an awful lot of chances. Their final ball let them down at times, but you know, as I say, no real criticism of them, because they gave their best, and on the night it wasn't good enough.
Absolutely. Let's look back at the goals then, and the first of them, Darren Beckford, an old player of yours at Manchester City all those years ago, of course, so you've known him since he was a kid. What about this one?
Well, it's a strange one, because Adamchuk, I think, is very unlucky. Now, you know, I'll give Darren the benefit of doubt to say that he saw that space there and slid it in, but I don't know what he's up to there. But you know, I felt a bit sorry for Adamchuk, but I'm not convinced. I'm not sure what Billy Thompson's all about there.
Have held it,
I think he should have held it, because I can't see that being a genuine pass back, and at the end of the day it wouldn't have mattered. This is a penalty kick, and Adamchuk, it's a rush of blood. There's no need to dive in like that. Very rash. I don't think there was an awful lot of danger there, but penalty was well executed, and those two goals coming within 10 minutes of each other, that really sort of sealed the fate of Dundee, didn't it?
Yeah. What about Darren Beckford? As I say, you've known him since a young lad. Is he the answer to Hearts' striking problems, if you like?
I think he might well be a short-term answer to them. Certainly, when he came on, you know, the substitution worked for Hearts, and he and Pye looked as though they set up a good combination. They worked well together. He's big, he's strong, and if you can get him working well, it can be a handful.
That's right. His contract expires, in fact, before the final, so Jim Jeffries has got a bit of talking to do before then if he wants to keep him, which I imagine that he will do.
Well, I would think, you know, Jim obviously has done very well in a lot of his purchases. Indeed, his persuasion's been very good. He's brought players to the club. They've done a job, and perhaps Darren will fall into that slot.
Yeah, talking of players who've done a job, the man Pye, who got the third goal tonight, looked very useful tonight, and this really is a class goal, isn't it? He starts it in his own half of the field.
Yeah, I've been impressed with what I've seen of this lad. As you can see, he's in the middle of the field there, but look at the quality of this pass. This is not a magnificent pass, and there's Darren, beautiful cushioned header, and what can you say about a finish? He's travelled 50, 60 yards to get there, but magnificent goal, and he looks a bit pleased with it, doesn't he? But, you know, again, we see it again, and it's magnificent, and as I say, everything's right. That's textbook stuff, and that effectively killed the game utterly and entirely.
That's right, that was 3-0. Bit of rearranging in the Hearts defence though late on, wasn't there? With Big Dave McPherson, Richie involved as well, and Bruno, of course.
I think Jim Jeffries used his head there, because he knew that they had the game won. He didn't want to take unnecessary chances. He brought Bruno back, tightened up, changed the system just a little bit, and made it even more difficult for Dundee. And they tended, obviously, they always had the outlet of the front players chasing into corners, but they did well. As I say, defensively, there were very few occasions that they allowed Dundee to open them up.
Yeah. As you mentioned earlier, Gilles Rousset only had one real save to make, and it was a good one. This is it, actually. Great reactions here by the big keeper.
I think of all the buys, possibly he's been the best. He's been a magnificent keeper, and this is a great save because he hasn't time. It's a reaction save, but beautiful save it was.
And an important stage. Dundee, mind you, did get the one goal back a little bit late on, perhaps, to really make any difference.
That's right. It's about the only time you could criticise them defensively, but the goalkeeper's got no chance. Good work by Jim Hamilton. Took it well, nice footwork. But, you know, they got themselves a little bit mixed up. I think that ball could have been cleared and wasn't. Jim Hamilton does very well when it gets his feet, and the goalkeeper's got no real chance there. But that was about the only time, it wasn't the only, but just about the only time that they really created a clear-cut chance.
Absolutely.